So in my last video, I showed that it is possible to beat even 1Q playing solid. And in this video, I'm going to show that it's also possible versus a 2-don. Let's get started. Okay, looks like I'm black. We'll try 4-4s today. Just gonna try and play solid. Okay, so he pincers, so we'll just take the corner, because why not? And just play normal Joseki. He pushes once, okay, that's fine. Still some Aji here we can mess with later. He approaches, just back off. And he goes here. So if we play here, he can play this one. And with this move, the attaches, there's a lot of Aji here. If he plays this one, still some Aji, but it's very low. So I'm pretty happy playing here and taking Sensei. Okay, still lots of weaknesses here. So now we can approach here, or we can enclose our corner. Approaching from this side is better because this is low, so there's no potential here, but we have potential on the top side. So I kind of like the idea of approaching from this way and forcing white to take the lower value side. Okay, so he kicks, that's okay. He should just make an extension here, and then I'll take my base. I kind of like playing low here, because when you play high, this invasion is a lot easier for white to handle. But the downside is, yeah, he can just 3-3 here, and you can press down with a shoulder hit. But I don't really think that is too big of an issue. We'll just Hane, and if he Hane's back, we can take Sente again. So the extension here feels kind of small. This also is low, and even if I extend here a few times, there's not really any potential here. I could also just kind of defend my points here. That feels kind of bad, because if he just plays something like this and I play here, I'm not really getting too much. I also don't have any weak groups, so it seems like the perfect time to try and invade here. So we could start with this one and see if he plays this or this, and then we can invade here, to where if he caps here, we can push, and if we have a move here, we can Hane under. So let's see what he does. Okay, so he does Hane under. Okay, now I can invade here, and crawling under, I can Atari and play here and make eyes. So he tries to prevent that, but this feels like the worst possible way to do that. There's still like a Hane here, I can still run out, and he's letting me run out to the center very easily. And this is kind of damaging all of his points here, and this group feels like it needs something to live. But it looks like he's going to try and attack first. We're just going to try and play as solid as possible. So if we push here, he goes here, we can push again, he blocks. He just has way too many cutting points. If we Hane first, it feels like he might be able to cut, but again, he has lots of cutting points. I kind of like the idea of pushing here first, because it's kind of putting some more pressure on these stones. And if he blocks here, then it's very easy to go here, because we have the double Atari. He extends. I can also extend. So I can defend my cut here, or I can Hane. If I Hane, he cuts, I Atari. He can Atari here, here. I can get out this way, but this group gets cut off. So we're just going to defend our cutting point. And he has a lot of cutting points that he has to worry about. He Tanukis. So I really want to just Tanuki this, because if I get stones here, it helps develop the top, but if he gets a Panuki here, it makes it much harder to do anything here. So I think I'll go ahead and just respond. He probably needs to add a move here or descend, but I have Sente, so I'm going to go ahead and Hane here. And a move here feels like it could become very big. So the weakness of this shape is the bamboo. So we're going to go ahead and play there. Because if I can surround this and force him to live, I get some influence. He cuts. It's a bit aggressive. Just going to play here, threatening the snapback. And then Atari. I have plenty of stones over here, so I'm not too worried about these getting in trouble, but he should be worried about getting a group here that's very weak. Okay, I'm going to jump out a little bit faster, trying to connect sooner so I can turn and do something on this side. Okay, so definitely need to run out here. He feels like he needs to be a little bit careful because this group is getting kind of weak if I cut it off. But this group is also not alive. If I jump out faster, he can wedge. I have to connect, and I have a cutting point. So I'm just going to extend solidly here. If he tries to be really aggressive, then it just feels very, very bad. Because I just kind of run out this way, and it just naturally surrounds him. I'm just going to jump, trying to connect my stones. He peeps. I'm assuming he's trying to make some eye space here so he doesn't have to come back and live. But I'm just going to connect here. And he turns. Okay, so yeah, he's trying to protect his group. Just going to connect here. And he descends. So I kind of want to play here. But it feels like he can do stuff here to get eye shape. And I probably can't get rid of all of his eyes on the bottom side. So I'll probably save it for later. At this point, I can do a move like this. Threatening to cut off this. I can also cut this way, but it's a little bit small, so I feel like I should try to cut everything first, and if that doesn't work, then I can come back and cut off the 4 stones. I also have to worry about peeps here to where this can get cut off and the corner can get damaged, but I think it should be okay. Okay, we're just going to push, try to make sure it stays cut off, and of course we're going to cut here and connect. So we do have cutting points here, so we can't be too aggressive if he fights back. We have to be more flexible, maybe sacrifice some stuff, but it should turn out okay. Okay, so he's trying to cut everything off. So I really don't want to push this way because when he goes here, I'm connected to these stones, but my corner gets damaged. If I push through here, he also pushes and again damages my corner. So I think I just want to try to jump out this way now. Because this has quite a bit of liberties. I do have to worry about him cutting off here. But if he tries, he kind of damages this side as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try this one. And he's playing not as, what's the word? He's not playing as, his shape is a lot better than most Q players. Okay, so he has cutting points. We're just going to keep pushing through. Even if he can push through here and cut off these stones, if we get this, it should be okay. So if I go here, he goes here, here, he Ataris and kills first. But he has lots of cutting points, so we're going to try it this way anyway. Because we can Atari here. And if he extends, we can Atari twice and connect. So now these are pretty much dead. He has a cutting point here. This is not alive yet. This should be safe because we can kill the 4 stones. And because he has almost no liberties now, if he tries to cut right away, we should be able to get away with it. So yeah, he goes here. So we're just going to push through here and connect all our stones up. And these are now captured, so everything is connected. He tries to escape. And he tries to push through. Of course, we don't want to let him connect because he already has one eye here. So we just need to prevent him from getting another eye. If we extend here, he can try this attach, which doesn't seem that good for him, but there's some Aji where he could get out. So let's go ahead and just protect that. If he plays here, we can Atari and capture, so that's not a big deal. But he can kind of cut through here. So yeah, I'll go ahead and just connect solidly, make sure these are dead. He has a bunch of cutting points, so I don't think he can defend them all at once. Okay, so he tries to defend, but this is pretty much connected. This can run out here or connect under. So playing this Atari and separating the 2 groups seems like the best way. Okay. Yeah, again, I'll try to connect my stones up and stop him from going out. So he has Haji here to where at any time I can just Atari here and play here. I think I'm going to do that now. Although I can also just connect here, and I don't think he can make two eyes locally, so this is probably the most solid. Okay, but he is trying pretty hard. I'm just going to go here, which is damaging his corner. And here, I don't think I really care even if he does live here. Because I get all of this. I can kill this. Do I Atari? I don't think so. I'll just connect here. This is not really making him eyes. So I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of the eyes here. Or I can even just throw in here first. Either way works. Not sure. We'll do this one. Okay, so he's trying to save everything. I think if he just gave away these stones and just connected, there was a chance he could live. But now that I have this double Atari, I get rid of that eye. It feels like he doesn't have many chances to live now. And this is all connected, so all I have to do is prevent an eye here. And I can still get rid of the one here as well. Yep, just block his connection. So at the 2-Dawn level, you have to be a little bit more patient. So you kind of just play solid, make sure all your stones are connected, and then you just wait for them to make a weak group, and then you can start attacking. So that's probably the main difference between the Q and Dawn, is at the Q level, you can just play solid, and that's good enough to win. But once you get to the Dawn level and a little bit higher, you have to start playing more aggressively. But the key is solid first and then attacking. If you try to just attack everything and you never defend, it causes a lot of issues. Okay, so he's still trying to live. Just gonna peep here. And I think he just died in Gote. Because if he goes here, I just throw in. That's only one eye. If he goes here, I go here. Again, that's one eye. So this group is not alive yet now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. And a capturing race, I for sure should win. I do have a ton of liberties. Okay, so he's still trying. So it looks like what he's aiming at is he can Atari here. I connect, he can Atari again. That doesn't really do anything. But just to be safe, I'll just capture. Okay, and he resigns. But yeah, we didn't really try to do too much. We just played very solid, connected. We tried to fight back a little bit here. And that's probably the main difference. I feel like in a Q game, if this 2-Dawn was playing a Q, if you weren't able to fight back effectively, then you may have just died, or white would have took all of your points away, and then you would have been behind. But that's kind of the key, is once you learn how to play solid, then you can start working on attacking. And that'll get you from low dawn to around mid dawn. But I hope you enjoyed that. And I would like to thank all my Patreons. I got quite a few new ones. And I appreciate the support. And I'll see you all next time.